Hello, everybody with Enchanted Emerald. This is Melissa bringing you a reading here for the Wednesday, October 5th reading today. I did not pull a card actually from the tarot deck. I just kind of pulled it off the cuff here with Spirit. And so the message here today is I do feel as though there are certain conditions transpiring in which there are moments in which you could be feeling as though things are kind of failing around you, crumbling around you, a bit of a tower moment, right? Where there are limitations and you're feeling like you are not going to be able to overcome those things, okay? And so with this, I feel like this is a moment to kind of regroup, redefine yourself, redefine your goals. And I feel it's really set in place here where you can start to look at things and realize that, gosh, this is kind of open for interpretation, because what is once a failure is now being open to a whole new beginning, right? Rewriting the book or opening to a new chapter, right? And so when you have that tower moment in the tower comes tumbling down in the tarot, you still have that foundation intact. So you are rebuilding with purpose. You're rebuilding with experience and wisdom, right? And so bringing all of these skills and all of this knowledge that you have gained along the way and using that to your advantage now going forward, how can you rebuild but building better? And so I feel as though you might be feeling like this is really like such a daunting task. You're overwhelmed, you're intimidated by this whole thing, but this is a defining moment in your life. And so how you handle this going forward is really going to be key here. And so I ask that you kind of soften a bit, really kind of mellow out, trust your intuition and trust yourself in your knowing, right? And with that softening, understand that you have matured with this experience, right? You have been given all of the opportunities, all of the experiences that you need to gain this wisdom to handle what you have at your hand, at your task, the task at hand now, right? What's on your plate. And so you're very well-rounded and you have tried and true methods to go about handling what is happening, okay? And so with this, there's this element of, I just feel like there's this really whimsical energy with it, like this really beautiful magic stirring around you, right? That's what I feel with this. And I love that because it's October, and I love that. I feel that usually every October, but I love that especially right now as you are starting to think about what you're building. And so the conditions here then are favorable for you and in rebuilding something amazing. And so, I feel like you may have a tendency to err on the side of caution and maybe not necessarily want to take that many risks all the time. But this is where this whimsical magic kind of comes in, where you're going to maybe find yourself at the right place, in the right time, at the right time, with the right people, right? This is all this beautiful energy transpiring for you, right? So it's all happening for you, not to you. And so you're really in for a treat here, really in for a beautiful surprise. And so this is really asking you to, keep your heart open, right? This is really attesting to our heart chakra, to our capacity to love others, to love ourselves, and really understanding that through all of this, you are coming through this storm unaltered, if you will, loving unconditionally despite all that you've been through. And so, I feel like you may be feeling like, gosh, this has been such a long, drawn-out process for me to get to this point. Maybe a very painstaking process, right? You've been very thorough in your life and paid attention to all the little things, and now you're very attentive, maybe even to detail. I feel like you could be a very scrupulous person. And so when I think of this, I feel like when you're building something, whatever it is that you're working on, right? And it's attesting to the quality that you like in your life, right? The quality people, the quality materials that you have in your life, or physical objects, the quality foods that you like to enjoy in your life, right? So all the things, it speaks to the quality, because you have an eye for that. You have a taste for quality in your life. And so that's exactly what you're bringing to the table here, right? So you're really paying attention to those things. So the example with this, that, true Taurus fashion here, I love food, is the quality, like fine dining, right? You could be given, as a chef, say, a piece of chicken. That's an ordinary piece of chicken until you make it something really great, right? So you're taking something ordinary and you're making it extraordinary. You have this zest for life. And this is the expectations that you have for others in your life as well. So those that you surround yourself with. And so, I feel as though this is what you're trying to build when you're rebuilding from that foundation, okay? So with everything kind of being whimsical and all of this rebuilding energy, you may feel as though things are not as they seem, or you might feel as though things are kind of tentative, right? Things are not set in stone, right? It's the blocks, the bricks are not all cemented in, and so you're feeling maybe a little uneasy about that. And so understanding that even though things aren't 100% certain, you are still going to make the best of it along the way. And so as you do that, you are breathing life into your project, breathing life into the people, their lives around you. You're breathing life into your own life, right? You're breathing your magic into this, right? See, these external circumstances are not defining you, okay? And so, just by being you, you're bringing magic to people, places, things, all these things that are transpiring around you. It is not so much about the trials and tribulations that you are experiencing. It is about very much how you are handling these things. And that is your true defining moments, okay? And the outcome of that can be tremendously altered based on how you are responding to that. And so as you make the best of it, right, along the way, and you're breathing your life into these situations, these people, and these circumstances, your trials, right, and you're breathing magic into your own life, right, because it's going to give back to you ultimately. And so you are the person that is defining your circumstances, because you are the magic maker. You are the bringer of the magic, and you are bringing it. And so, with all of this, you're defining how everything is going to transpire, how the outcome of it is going to be, exactly where you want the bricks placed in building, and how it's going to look when it's done is going to be ultimately your choice in how you are. You're determining that based on your everyday decisions, right? And so, as you respond to these things, now, sure, you could set a date for something to meet a goal and say that date comes and you're not actually bringing that project to full fruition. Honor that you have not completed that goal at that date. Sure, you could be disappointed. Honor that you're disappointed, right? This is attesting to how you are loving yourself then, right? In essence. So invite flow in with that like, okay, it's okay I didn't meet that at that time. Give yourself props though for what is going right. How did you show up for yourself? What did work well for you? Acknowledge what you can improve and how you can improve those things. Where can you change? What can change for you, right? And, where is there wiggle room to work with this along a transition, right? So giving yourself that grace, this is really breathing life into yourself as well, because this is attesting to how you're loving yourself, how you're showing up for yourself throughout this whole process as well. So this is working on keeping the heart chakra open, working on unconditional love along the way, and ultimately you will overcome these limitations by being you. Just really bringing your true essence into everything that you're doing, and it will all return to you in amazing ways. So I love this for us, and so I hope that this resonates for you in some way, shape, or form. As always, if you're interested in your own personal reading, I'd love to be able to do that for you. You can hit me up in the messenger on Facebook, or book a session right here in the square site, pinned in the description box below here on YouTube, or at the top of the page on Facebook, or you can simply email me at enchantedemeraldny@gmail.com. As always, I will be back with another read for you guys again soon. Thank you so much. Take care.